This room is literally.
I was going to say, why are you underground?
Look how shiny my head is. Oh, look at the state of my head.
You need some mattifying powder, Stuart, if you're going to be on camera these days.
Or a hat.
Sunburn.
Or a hat.
Yeah. Right, that'll do.
All right, now we've all looked at Stuart's head. Should we do a podcast?
Yes.
Hi guys, and welcome to episode 18, believe it or not, of FRUK Unwrapped, the official podcast for Food Review UK. My name is Nathan Peterson, and after last week's show about booze, think of this as the morning after the night before. We're going to be chatting all things brekkie, but first, he puts the pop in Snap, Crackle and Pop, the honey in Honey Monster, and charm in Lucky Charms. It's Stuart Bullock.
Hello, Nathan Peterson.
How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you for that overwhelmingly positive and pleasant and nice introduction without any kind of barb in the tail of it. So that was nice. Makes a change, mate. Well,
I normally do. I mean, last week, or last show, I compliment... I started well. Last show, I talked about you being a villain, but normally I give you a good write-up, don't I?
Yeah, usually. It's just I'm just kind of a bit scared after last time, because, you did paint me as a villain of the piece, so... Oh. No, but back to normal. I'm happy again now.
Oh, good. You're well though, sunburnt. I understand.
Yeah, I'm quite sunburnt. It's not painful though. It looks worse. I've had a lot of people point and laugh at me today. That in itself brings its up fair share of pain, but the actual skin itself is relatively comfortable.
Good. Well, hopefully
children or faculty laughing at you.
Bit of both. Yeah.
Spread it out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, lovely to speak to you, Stuart.
Thank you, Nathan.
Up next is a man with less taste than Albran, and whom Tony the Tiger once described as grating. That's grating. It's Michael Jameson.
I really don't see why all the introductions about me have to be about how irritating I am. Like,
be a better human being, and maybe there won't.
It's good. I think tonight, guys, you're going to see you're going to hear a lot of jealousy from Nate. He's been making a few snide remarks on social media about my recent purchase of an Avengers Infinity War Infinity Gauntlet, and I think it's just clear jealousy, and by this point, I think it's confirmed.
Yeah, no, that's exactly... I wish that I could have bought a toy. And finally, returning to the show... This Special K is a bit of a Fruit Loop who we crave to have on again and again. And hopefully the Fruit Loop comment doesn't get me a Frosty's reaction. It's Maverick Baking herself, Kelly Clitheroe.
I like it. Thank you. Hello.
There's a bit of a theme running through the introductions, and have you noticed it?
Serial reference.
Special K is 100% my new chosen nickname.
I don't think you're supposed to choose your own nickname, are you?
Well... Yeah, but it's happening now.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm not too bad. So it's been a few months since you've been on the show. Mm-hmm. Big question. Have you found a Waitrose yet?
No. Scotland is destined to never have the luxuries of Waitrose and Ocado, sadly. Oh. We've got to stick to our old working class supermarkets down here.
I thought you said, have you found a rapist then?
It did. It started with a ruh, and I was like...
So know what you're talking
about. Haven't found him yet.
Don't know what you're talking about. Listeners will confirm, I definitely said Waitrose. But in seriousness, how's everything going with the channel? You doing well? I see you've moved recently.
I have, yeah. I mean, I'm still here in my parents' house just now because they have better internet, but yeah. That might be theft, I'm not sure. But yes, I have moved the grand distance of 15 miles away from my parents' house. So yeah, I'm a grown-up now, officially.
But you're in there now, are you? You're not just, as you say, staying where you are, just steal the internet?
Yes, I am officially there now.
Cool. You chose breakfast for this show.
I did.
And I believe that you're in the middle of writing a new e-book. Can you tell us anything about that?
Yes, the plan is to have this sold on Amazon, so it will be a Kindle book, so it can be downloaded to your Kindle or to your Kindle app on all good smart devices. and it should have 20 plus breakfast and brunch recipes, both sweet and savoury. And I think the vast majority of which are completely exclusive to the book rather than on the blog or anything like that.
How did that come about? Was that something you've been looking to do for a while? Did someone suggest it, or how? Yeah, where did the idea come from?
My Instagram feed is almost exclusively pictures of my breakfast because it's the only meal I ever make a proper effort with. So it made sense to do that. And it's sort of a departure because my blog is usually all desserts. So it's just something a bit different for those of us who don't constantly want sugar in our mouths.
Cool. So when you hoping to have that out?
Hopefully by next month. All the writing is finished and it's just kind of editing the last of the photos and stuff like that. So should be June that it's out.
Awesome. Well, as soon as it drops, let us know and we'll make sure that we plug it heavily on the podcast and social medias and all the things.
Thank you.
What's it called out of interest? Got a name for it?
Well, at the moment, the working title is just The Breakfast Book, but there may be something else more exciting that comes in. Please offer up any suggestions.
MJ,
does it have anything about brunching?
I don't even know. I don't even want to know where this is going.
Well, just
potentially why.
You could call it the Breakfast and Brunch Book.
Someone get that a trademark.
Yeah.
I'm good at breakfast puns.
No, you
watch.
Or listen. Cool. Well, as like I say, we'll certainly throw that around all our social media as soon as it drops, and good luck with that.
Thank you.
Now, last show we introduced a new segment for people like yourself who have played the random questions. It's a new segment I've called Either Or, and I'm going to rattle off 10 either or questions for you, and I just want your initial instinct, your quick fire, rapid response. Yep. You ready?
Okay. Yep.
Coke or Pepsi?
Pepsi.
Cadbury or Galaxy?
Cadbury.
Oranges or lemons?
Lemons.
Burger or pizza?
Pizza.
Ooh. Tea or coffee?
Coffee.
Correct.
Fruit or veg?
Fruit.
Yes.
Rice or pasta?
Ooh. Rice.
Beer or wine?
Beer.
Correct.
I felt contractually obliged to say that.
Fuck Stuart. McDonald's or Burger King?
Burger King, but only because it's across the road from my house.
Oh, living the dream.
Oh, fuming.
Jesus
fuming.
Christ. A final one, fizzy or still?
Still.
Awesome. Thank you very much. You win.
Sounds like you're writing them down.
We'll add that to our records.
I'm not saying that I'm using this as a way of building up information on all our guests to somehow use it in fraudulent identity theft, but...
Okay, Mr. Zuckerberg.
No, thank you for that. You win something. I don't know what. News. Has anybody got any food news? I've got tons, so I'll let you guys go first, if anyone has anything.
No, I was just going to bring up the Scottish minimum unit pricing on alcohol.
Oh.
So we're all going to be sober now.
That is indeed on mine, so that ticks that one off.
Sorry.
I'm so against that, you know. I mean, from speaking, well, not from my own point of view, because obviously it's not going to affect me, but it genuinely isn't, because I'm not buying the cheapest alcohol you can buy anyway, so it's not going to have the same effect. From a purely... sorry to get serious, but I think that the people that are... If we're trying to curb and curtail drinking problems, raising the price of alcohol is not the way to do it. Someone who is physically dependent, and it is a physical, a genuine alcoholic, we're talking about a physical dependency. There are people for whom, if they stop drinking alcohol, they could die because their body, a hard withdrawal from it would be catastrophic. So if we're talking about raising the price of what they're drinking, a bottle of cider from £2 to £5, that's unmanageable. So you're going to see an increase.
It's more than that. It's a bigger jump than that. But yeah, I completely agree.
You're going to see an increase in crime. You're going to see all sorts. It's not going to affect me. If I'm buying a beer that's a £5, that they're not going to go up massively, even if it came in down here. You're talking about bottom end, the cheapest alcohol there is. It's not the right thing to do. It seems really short-sighted, really, really stupid. Spend the money on rehabilitation, spend the money on treating people. There isn't a solution to it because it is a massive problem. Alcoholism is a huge problem. All kinds of addiction are huge problems. But this, I haven't got the solution, don't get me wrong, but this isn't it.
I've not read enough on it, but the price hike, is that going down as like a tax or anything like that, or is it just the alcohol company are going to profit from that? Because like you're saying about using the money to rehabilitate, is that something that's been mooted, or is it just?
I haven't looked a whole lot into it. Alcohol isn't really my area of expertise, but I believe it's being used as a tax.
Right.
Just to kind of illustrate the jump. I don't know if you guys have Frosty Jacks down south.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Well, up here, a 2-litre bottle of Frosty Jacks has gone up by about £7.
What?
So you're talking, and like Stuart said, up the sort of more high-end, not even high-end alcohol, but even average alcohol prices aren't really going to change all that much. But for your proper cheap, your White Lightning, your Red Thunder, your Frosty Jack, stuff like that, the price has just rocketed. And I don't know if it's the best way to do it.
Jeez, that could cripple those companies, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I imagine that they're all part of huge macro booze companies that own a massive portfolio of brands. So it's not going to cripple the companies, but what it might do is kill off some of those those budget brands.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Guess only time will tell. I hadn't considered what you were the side of it that you were coming from, Stuart, but it makes total sense that it could actually backfire on them. But I guess they've obviously. Obviously they want to make more money anyway, because that's just the way of the world. But hopefully there is a bit of goodness in the idea that they are hopefully trying to cut it out, or at least trying to cut it out for people, stopping them becoming easily alcoholic. Do you know what I mean? Like, it might damage those that are already dependent, but the ones, kids, for example, who will go and buy that 2 litre
It's been
bottle.
a big issue up here for like a good sort of 5-6 years now. They've been trying to pass this law, and it's still not super popular. Like you say, it might be good as a preventative measure, but like Stuart said, for the people already suffering, it's not very well thought through.
You know who's behind it, don't you? Put 2 and 2 together, increase the price of alcohol in Scotland. That's going to have a knock-on effect on Iron Brew sales now that the sugar tax has scuppered that. So it's
Fuck the sugar tax.
Bars have done this. Bars have done this to combat the sugar tax. They've lobbied the Scottish Parliament to increase the price of alcohol so that people are going to be forced to buy poor man's Iron Brew, and they're going to still be just sitting pretty in the Scottish soft drink game. That's exactly where it comes from. It's all bars.
Yep.
This.
Yep. Yeah. Completely agree.
Yeah.
No, you got the schedule there?
I do, yeah.
Could you just it's got a bit heavy. Could you just add a couple of No. Just could you add a couple of pork sausage and bagel hole jokes later on?
I certainly can, mate. All right, let's move on to a lighter subject.
Yeah, something less addictive.
Vanilla is now more expensive than silver at 443 pounds per kilo, meaning that we might be facing an ice cream shortage this summer.
I can give you a hashtag anecdote on that. I bought some vanilla bean paste because I'm a baker and that's what we buy. And about a 100ml bottle costs something disgusting like £10 nowadays.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Fucking hell. Yeah, that's mental.
A lot more versatile than silver, though, isn't it? Vanilla, you can do a lot more with it.
Exactly. It's precious.
Good point. Trying to think of silver foods. Can't think of any.
Get them little silver balls that you put on top of crap cakes.
Yeah.
Drages, as the French call them.
Yeah.
They're very hard, aren't they? They hurt your sort of intestines.
They hurt you. Are you swallowing them whole, mate?
Like kidney stones.
I'm not going to fucking bite them, am I? God forbid they find the wrong way out.
Any other news stories, my fine folk?
There's a few smaller bits, but I'll let you crack on with the big stuff.
Oh, well, it's not that huge.
Go on.
All right. Nando's has released a medium-spiced coconut and lemon sauce, and I want it.
Ooh, that sounds really good.
Yeah,
Is
available.
that not just lemon and herb, but with coconut in it?
And no herb.
An extra spice.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I imagine so, yeah. But anyway, it's available in Asda. I'm not sure when from. I don't know if it's available now, but certainly coming up soon. Between £2.5 and £2.48, depending on the size of bottle that you get. Definitely want to try it because coconut is definitely a flavour that I'm getting more and more into the older I get. And I think with chicken it could go really very nicely.
That looks good as fuck.
The other bits that I have, couldn't have planned this better. On the 11th of May in America, I'm not sure if this is in the UK as well, it's Eat What You Want Day. And I know that is something that is particularly close to Kelly's heart.
Yes.
So, yeah, apparently, just on Sunday you can eat whatever you want without any repercussions.
Every damn day.
Yeah. Oh, good. I'll be able to change the way I live my life on that Sunday.
Is that like the food equivalent of the purge?
It said as well. I was reading a website about it. It was saying that it doesn't necessarily just mean eating, fatty foods or anything. It means, why not push the boat out and go to a posh restaurant and eat some lobster? So it literally is just basically eat what you want. It's a very sort of just Blair day, but
might have a couple of chicken McNugget McFlurries.
You fucking psychopath. The only other news story I had was McDonald's have opened a global restaurant in America that, as well as selling its normal products, it will also sell a selection of products that are available in other countries. So, for example, the first menu that they've got released at the moment, you can get the Mighty Angus Burger from Canada, the McSpicy Chicken Sandwich from Hong Kong, the McFlurry Prestigio from Brazil, which is strawberry sauce topped with chocolate-covered coconut pieces.
Hell yes.
A couple of salads from France, which we don't really give a shit about, and cheese and bacon loaded fries from Australia.
Fucking hell. Where?
So, it's in America. It's in Chicago.
Oh.
And guess where Natey PP's going this summer?
Not Manchester.
Not Manchester. Not flying into Manchester. We've made that very clear.
Manchester's way too far away.
Yeah, way too far away. So yeah, I may, if I have time, see if I can get in there.
Fucking hell.
But I love that idea. I love the idea of being able to actually try. It's so frustrating in this world where you've got sort of the internet that we can see basically everything that anyone has across the globe. And you see these other multinational corporations that sell amazing products in just random countries, and we don't have them here. And it's just ridiculous. And so I love the idea.
Like Waitrose.
The irony with that concept is that America is one of the countries that has a lot of stuff already. So it's like just even more access, whereas somewhere like here, everyone did a McDonald's Chicago Stack news video the other day, and sort of everyone's right, really. Everyone's bitching about how boring it is. It's like, oh look, it's like it's a burger with barbecue sauce and they put pickles on this time. It's like not exactly the most fucking...
No.
I'm only saying that because they didn't invite us to headquarters to try it.
Yeah, annoying. But like that, even that McFlurry, that sounds like quite cool and unique. Something like strawberry sauce with chocolate-covered coconut pieces. Yeah. That rather than just going, we'll just chuck another Galaxy on top. It's just even their McFlurry, they've just got no fucking creativity with.
Yeah.
So that's quite cool. That's all I've got on news. Anyone else?
Got small. Yeah, correct. Sorry to blow the Waitrose thing again, but Waitrose have massively improved their craft beer range, and I managed to. It's insane. Like they've just got Beavertown Brewery, who are a London brewery. Stop giggling at Beavertown.
That's immature. That's unnecessary.
They've got Beavertown, and then they've also got Bone, which is a Belgian brewery.
Sorry, Bone and Beavertown in the same sentence. Like, you're asking for it there.
Yeah, no, it's funny.
which are incredible beers, and which previously would only have been available in craft beer shops and bottle shops and what have you, and now we're available a little bit cheaper in Waitrose. So not every single store, but I found one at the weekend and had an amazing beer shop, so that's nice.
Wow.
No good to Kelly, though.
I meant to say to you, if you're ever up this way, which you won't be because Aberdeen's even further away than Manchester, Brewdog...
Oh, no, I'm coming up there.
Brewdog are opening a hotel. That is how ridiculous. Brewdog are they're like the only company left in Aberdeen.
It's weird, though. You mentioned Brewdog. Anyone who's got any kind of opinion on craft beer or that kind of thing, see Brewdog as this kind of huge craft beer monster. When you compare them to traditional breweries like a Green King or whatever, Brewdog are so small. The amount of I wish I had the figures in front of me. The amount of barrels of beer that Brewdog produce annually and what have you is absolutely tiny when you compare them to what you might think would be marginal beers like real ales, but the ones produced by the big breweries, Brewdog, are still so tiny, but have become ubiquitous. Like all of the kind of crazy stuff they're doing, they get a lot of hate.
Up here, the oil industry is slowly being replaced with the Brewdog industry. It's ridiculous.
I mean, that's better. We don't need oil. What has oil ever done for us?
Well, I mean, it's done a lot for us here. It's saved us from reproducing the sheep, but down south not so much.
And now we have to live. Go on.
No, you go on.
No, go on, mate. I'll let you go.
I'll do my little race. Do they not have oil in Wales then?
Oh,
that was it. It wasn't worth it. See, there you go.
There's no one Welsh here. That's not funny when there's no one Welsh here.
I'm like about an 8th Welsh. Self-burn.
Sorry, what? Self-burn.
Did you see that little hand gesture he did?
Fucking hell. Well, if that is all the news, is that all the news?
Yeah.
I think so.
If that's all the news, then it's on to a lovely bit of Quivia.
Q-U-I-V-I-A. Yeah, it's Quivia time, so play Quivia. Q-U-I-V-I-A. Yeah, it's Quivia time, to play some Quivia. It's like a cross between some trivia and a quiz, and as such it stems apart the two of those two aforementioned words. Q-U-I-V-I-A. Yeah, it's Quivia time, to play some Quivia. Q-U-I-V-I-A. Yeah, it's Quivia time, to play some Quivia.
As I've already mentioned a few times, probably just the once, tonight is a breakfast show, and as ever, I have lined up some devilish Quivia to see if these guys know their Eggs Benedict from their Cocoa Pops, which I hope they would, otherwise I'm never staying at their house. Long-time listeners will remember episode 13 when MJ was off with an ingrown toenail or something shitty like that. I quizzed Stuart and Gossie on street food from overseas. Decided to bring that back for breakfast foods.
Sweet.
Oh.
As a reminder, for each food, you'll get 3 points if you get the correct country, 1 point if you're in at least the right continent, but 0 points if both are wrong, MJ. Here we go. Ready.
How many are there? 5?
There's 10. We'll rattle through them quickly.
Okay.
First one, bialy. That's B-I-A-L-Y. And it's described as a chewy yeast roll similar to a bagel.
Well, I know where it's from, so chill out.
Okay, I'll start with our guest then, Kelly.
Israel.
Israel.
Shout.
I will then go to Stuart.
We're going to go for Slovakia.
And MJ, who knows where it's from.
That is from Pakistan.
Okay, so that...
Laughter from the other participants there. That's good, isn't it? That's going to be egg on the face.
Israel, Slovakia, and Pakistan, I believe he called it. The correct answer is, in fact, Poland, which is Europe. So that is 1 for Stuart, 1 for Kelly. Big fat 0 for Michael Jameson.
Sweet.
Next up is Calas, Calas.
Wait, sorry, what? Sorry, did I mishear the... Did you say 0 for everyone then?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I said that. Just move on. Calas, which is a deep-fried dumpling of cooked rice, yeast, sugar, eggs, and flour. I'll start with Kelly again. Let's keep the same order.
Can you spell it again, please?
Calas, Calas.
Yeah, I've got it.
Deep-fried dumpling of cooked rice, yeast, sugar, eggs, and flour.
Colombia.
Stuart.
Jamaica.
Oh,
Jamaica me crazy. MJ.
It's Cuba!
What the fuck?
Okay.
Why are you hosting the X Factor?
I think the question is...
Rachel Adedeji!
Why Rachel Adedeji? What a bizarre pull.
It's a good name to say then, mate.
Yeah.
Say it.
It is, yeah.
The correct answer is, in fact, the United States of America. New Orleans, to be more precise. So I will throw a point to MJ and Stuart. Unfortunately, not one for Kelly.
Yeah.
So are we getting points for being close? Sorry, I just need...
Same continent, isn't it? North America.
Same continent.
Oh, sorry. Right.
Yeah, I'm not going to measure geographically which is the closest country. That's what you were trying to get at, mate.
I'm not suggesting you measure it, mate. Just Google it or something, you fucking...
Is Colombia not considered America, or is South America a separate continent?
It's definitely a separate continent. South and North, I'm afraid. Changua. I don't know how you pronounce it. It's Changua.
Is that 2 words?
No, it's 1 word. Changua.
All right.
It's described as I love the first 3 words, a breakfast soup of water, milk, potatoes, egg, spring onions, and served with stale bread.
Oh, I know the answer.
Right.
Kelly.
I'm going to go China.
Stuart.
I'm going to go Russia.
And then Michael Jameson, Pakistan.
Vietnam. Good morning, Vietnam.
Vietnam, interesting. 2 Asians and a European.
Oh, hang on. You know why I went Russia, don't you? 2 continents. 2 different continents. Oh, yeah.
You're just going to guess Russia for the rest of the questions.
Yeah.
You'd be wrong on both. It's Colombia, South America.
Kelly's doing that game where you say the one after.
Yeah. That's my excuse.
So that's a big fat 0 all round. Number 4, deviled kidneys.
Oh.
Lamb's kidneys cooked in a spicy sauce. Or spiced sauce, I should say. Kelly.
Is deviled kidneys its local name, or is that the anglicised name?
I mean, I've literally just typed it out. I don't have the full Wikipedia in front of me, I'm afraid.
Germany.
Ooh.
Germany. Okay, Stuart.
Right. I wrote USA and then I've crossed it out, and I'm going to go France.
France. Okay, MJ.
Could it be any country?
I don't know what the question is, but I guess the answer is yes.
Not Wakanda.
Scotland.
Scotland. Wow.
Don't be ridiculous. Is it deep fried?
Excuse me, sir. Haggis is not deep fried.
It can be.
We eat that for breakfast.
Out of interest, is Scotland still part of the UK?
Sadly, yes.
In which case, MJ gets 3 points.
Oh, is it England?
This is, well, UK. Yeah.
Oh. Well, I'm going to get one as
Why
well
do we
then.
use the word fucking devil? That's such an American term for things.
I think deviled eggs is the only one I've ever heard of.
We all get one, don't we?
Yeah, but MJ gets 3.
That's ridiculous. What kind of game are you running here, Peter?
It is ridiculous because he's in the lead, so you two better fucking...
Who's eating deviled kidneys for breakfast, though?
Dirty people.
We all know I'm going to drop these points somehow in the miraculous rule change at the end of the game. So no way why.
Question number 5. Diabeth, all one word. D-I-Y-A-B-E-T-H. Diabeth. Again, it's a lovely breakfast soup. Cold this time. Made from rice, which has been left overnight to ferment. Coconut milk, onion, garlic, and raw chili.
Yeah, easy.
Sure
Sounds delicious. Easy. Kelly?
That sounds like Thailand kind of shit.
Yep.
Thailand kind of shit. Hi to all our Thai listeners out there. Stuart?
I'm going to go close. I'm going to go Cambodia.
Cambodia. And Michael Jameson?
I think it's Thailand as well.
You think it's Thailand as well. The correct answer is Sri Lanka, so you all get 1 point there. Number 6, mass honey. So this is 2 words, M-A-S space H-U-N-I, mass honey. And it is tuna, onion, coconut and chili, finely chopped and eaten with flatbread.
That is actually,
Disgusting.
I actually do know this one, and it's pronounced Ma honey.
Okay.
I've seen it on a YouTube program quite recently, actually, about 3 months ago.
Okay.
Cheat.
Well, I'm just going to mix up the order a little bit then. MJ, where's Ma honey from?
This one actually is Vietnam.
Interesting. Okay. Kelly?
I don't trust him, so I'm going to say Lebanon.
Lebanon. And finally, Stuart.
I don't think that is a particularly bad guess. I'm going to go for Philippines.
Oh, that's good. Fuck.
Philippines.
Yeah, probably that, because obviously I was bullshitting.
You're all pretty close. It is the Maldives.
Oh.
So it's 1 point all round.
Is Lebanon close to the Maldives?
Hang on. Where's the Lebanon? Is Lebanon in Asia?
Is it Asia? I thought it was Asia, wasn't it? No?
Like, what does the Middle East count as? Does that count as Asia?
Some of it's Europe, innit?
That's what I would have counted it as, but let me have a quick...
I'm doing myself out of a point here, but I need to...
Yeah, I don't know why you're so against it. Middle East, I'm counting that as Asia. Right, I've written down Asia pre. Number 7, Mekitsa. So it's M-E-K-I-T-S-A, Mekitsa, all one word. A flatbread made using yogurt, served with jam, honey, or cheese.
I didn't know that the Maldives was where it is.
Where did you think it was?
Sort of North Africa rather than, what's that? Left Africa? Right Africa? East Africa?
North Africa?
Yeah, sort of thought it was floating around.
Like Italy.
No, the Maldives is Pacific Islands, innit? South Asian.
Yeah, I suppose I thought it was a bit more Greece / Tunisia. What's it? Tenerife.
Tarifi?
Oh,
I mean, they're Greece and Tenerife are in 2 totally different places,
the
mate.
Infinity Stones have gone to your head, mate.
Fine.
Just wipe out one of them. Mekitsa. So, yeah, a flatbread made using yogurt, served with jam, honey, or cheese. Kelly.
Russia.
Stuart.
Latvia.
MJ.
Yeah,
You sound like a
somewhere where
Eurovision host.
I'm trying. MJ, nil point.
it's that kind of place where they sort of like sell dust in it. It's sort of one of those type. You know what I mean? One of those type places. Where are really stupid looking rugs popular?
Really stupid looking rugs.
Yeah,
I don't want to offer.
Your chin by the
Aladdin
look
kind
of
of
it.
stuff. Oh.
Ooh. I'm gonna say grow. What's the one that begins with gr? Geo. I'll just say
Geostorm.
Greece. Fuck it.
MJ losing the will to live there.
Greece is a good guess.
Stuart gets half a point because Russia's only half in Europe.
I didn't say Russia, mate. I said Latvia.
I said Russia.
Oh, sorry. Kelly only gets half a point then. But Stuart only gets half a point for back chatting. So,
Ooh.
And one from MJ.
What are you doing? Think about what you're doing, Nathan Peterson.
Don't worry. I've got it all sussed.
There it is.
Number 8, Nihari. All one word again. Nihari. It's a slow-cooked meat stew, usually with beef or lamb, goat and chicken, plus bone marrow. Yummy breakfast foods. Where is that then, Kelly?
Who the hell's putting this much effort into breakfast?
Oh, I know, right? Are you considering any of these for your book?
Yeah, get that fucking makitza in it. No, I think... No, I'm going to go for Morocco with that one, I think.
Morocco. Get Morocco off. Stuart.
Do I go for like a kind of clever one or go for an obvious one? I think I'll go obvious. I'll go India.
Always go for the clever one, mate.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm
MJ.
I'm going to go for the clever one. New Zealand.
Oh, that is the clever one. Fuck me. I can't believe he's pulled New Zealand out. 0 points for MJ. Also, 0 points for Kelly, but a whopping 3 points for Stuart.
Boom.
It was indeed India. Right, penultimate one. Fuck knows. Tamago Kake Gohan. So this is Tamago space Kakeae space Gohan.
Gohan, like in Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah.
Exactly that.
Us.
Should we all just say Japan and move on?
Yeah.
MJ, you can say Japan?
Yeah, Gohan. Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan Super Kai Piccolo.
Yeah, it was indeed Japan. Shut up. Final one. Throdkin. One word.
I saw a film called Rod King once.
No.
Oh.
Throdkin. Throdkin. And it is dough made of oatmeal and water. Pardon me. Topped with bacon and then baked.
Oh, that sounds like some Scottish shit to me.
So it's dough made of oatmeal and water, topped with bacon and then baked. Kelly?
Scotland.
You going to go for Scotland?
Yeah, no idea.
Stuart?
Do you want to come to me last, or... Because you know I know the answer.
MJ?
Weird. Iceland.
Iceland. And then Stuart?
It's England. It's not. It's Northern England. It's a northern thing. It's a Lancashire thing.
So that's 1 point for Stuart. For MJ. And then 3 for the other two people.
No, well, hang on. Well, I could have cheated then, because Stuart said he knows the answer. That's obviously going to be North England, isn't it? So I said North England, actually. Is that like 6 points? Because I guess the actual exact location. That's 6 or 7, is it?
I mean, just talk amongst yourselves while I add them all up.
When are you going to Blackpool, Michael?
Tomorrow.
That Blackpool is literally Throdkin land.
Oh,
Throdkin sounds like something from a Terry Pratchett book.
It does, doesn't it? Do you want your Throdkin toasted?
On the fucking back of a turtle flying in the sky, innit?
Oh god.
I'll keep an eye out. Are they good? Vulpix.
I've never had one. Can't imagine
yeah.
it would be.
Vulpix face reveal.
I've got the rest of the squad here too. Not all 150, but
Peaks.
3 of them.
Oh, good. Peak. Good work. Stuart,
Sorry.
can you get some fucking maths lessons for Nate? It's taking them...
I've got it. I was just letting you finish your conversation, mate, you fucking prick.
Sorry, mate.
It's called common decency. Anyway,
Yeah.
MJ,
Yeah.
you came second by half a point.
Decent. I'm happy with that.
Kelly, unfortunately, you came last. But
Alright, I'm used to it.
let's not dwell on it. And And finally, Stuart wins Brain of Quivia 14.5.
You did take a half a point off me for Latvia. You absolute scumbag.
But you still won.
Wow,
I
got points for that.
I knew that you would still win, mate, so don't worry about it.
That's okay.
Yeah, lovely.
I'm offended, Kelly. Are you?
Yeah, deeply.
Yeah.
With what?
You just said, I knew you'd still win. Well, didn't you think that Kelly and I had it in us to answer the last few correctly? Fuck me.
Nate here. If you're like me and have a dangerous amount of disposable income that you can't be trusted with, why not head on over to patreon.com and give some of it to your favourite food review channel and podcast provider. And while you're there, why not give us some money? Way! Nah, but seriously, patreon.com/Food Review UK. Help us get Gossy some new glasses or something. He looks ridiculous.
So tonight we're talking about breakfasts. Are you guys breakfast people? I think is the first point, because I think this is something that I've discussed with other people. I'm not really into breakfast. I could quite easily leave it, but I think the fact that we've got somebody on the show that is writing a book about breakfasts is probably answers that question. But please tell me, are you into your breakfasts?
Yes. Firmly.
Firmly.
Yeah. Firmly and wholeheartedly.
MJ, Stuart?
I love breakfast, but I often skip it.
Yes.
Just through necessity. Weekday breakfasts are rare, but when I'm on holiday or weekends, then I breakfast. I mean, we don't do elaborate breakfasts unless it's a special occasion. But I love my breakfast. It's a belting meal.
I just can't be arsed with it, if I'm honest. Like, I don't mind it by any means. It's just I could if I never had another breakfast again, I wouldn't care.
That's just sad. I've been known to actually be late for work to have breakfast. Like, that's how high in my priorities list it is.
Really?
Yeah.
Nah, none of that. MJ?
You asked, are we breakfast people? Is that like the village people? Because I do have a... Oh, okay. Yeah, I do love breakfast, actually, but it's the meal that can be absolutely incredible. But yeah, I often don't. I'd say it's usually definitely better than lunch, and can frequently be better than dinner. It's extraordinarily versatile.
What would you give it? What would you give it out of 6 stars then? Breakfast.
It's got to be a 4, isn't it? 1.
Yeah.
1.
A 4, because it can't. Sometimes it's just important, innit? You sort of got to have breakfast, really. And in those times, I'll probably have a bowl of cereal. But when you get your IHOPs, your stacks of pancakes, your full Englishes, your breakfast burritos, all that kind of thing, it is just sensational.
I just find it as a meal of the day. It's just so easy to put minimal effort in. Like you just said there, cereal. You can literally pour a load of cereal into a bowl and have milk, and that's your breakfast. You don't have anything quite so straightforward for dinner, or maybe lunch to some degree. But I don't know. I just. I
think in that respect, though, it's the only meal of the day where it's acceptable to have almost anything to eat.
Interesting. Roast dinner for breakfast. That's interesting.
Easy. Leftovers. You've never had leftovers for breakfast?
Oh, well,
yeah, big time.
Whereas if you sat down with a bowl of yogurt for dinner, you would be a fucking psychopath.
Oh, reference. Fuck me. I reviewed a product this week. Couldn't fucking believe it. How good it was. I bought it solely for the packaging because I thought, oh, fuck me. Do you know what? I was running past it to get to the butter. Saw it on the shelf. I was like, fucking hell, that actually looks bloody great, to be honest. Grabbed it literally for the packaging. Then when I read what one of the ingredients was, I was like, that sounds fucking weird and gross. Oh my god, it was delicious. The Muller quark yogurt.
Yeah.
Oh my
So
god, you're
Quark's like-
remember Rosemary Conley? That's the kind of shit that she used to plug in her diets.
Really?
Yeah.
You know all these skyr yogurts that you get, these Icelandic thick yogurts?
Yeah.
Skyr,
Oh, yeah.
There's the Aldebrandi one. I mean, that's basically quark. That is quark.
Oh.
It's
It's
just-
fucking amazing.
It's a
It was-
pot of cheese, basically, isn't it?
It's
Good
basically
though, innit?
had loads of nice vanilla flavour in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd recommend it.
Not sure I've ever had it.
Thick,
Quark.
very, very thick.
Quark was the kind of thing that in the sort of late 80s, early 90s, people used. You know, when everyone was on like their low-fat thing,
Yeah.
they would use that to make cheesecakes with because cream cheese was
Oh.
too fatty. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Interesting. Yeah, I'd never heard of quark.
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 That's
So in which case,
Did anyone play Ratchet and Clank?
MJ must have.
Little bits, yeah.
Because Captain Quark is all that comes to mind with that. Big
Yes.
green man, tight pants. No?
Sort of. I'm just thinking about tight pants now.
I'll keep my I'll keep my early noughties PlayStation references to myself.
Try and get MJ back on track then. Okay, so you're all breakfast people. Great. I'm in the minority. What are your favourites then? What's your go-tos? And obviously, you know, I appreciate that on a work day, it's more likely to be something a bit more convenient, other than Kelly, who apparently spends hours making breakfast before work. But yeah, no. What's your go-to breakfast? What's your favourites? Stuart? Kelly.
No, Stuart, you go first. I can too much.
Right, I've thought about this, and there are breakfasts that I love and that I would much rather eat, but my favourite, and it's reliable and it's doable every day, is crumpets with peanut butter on. Crunchy peanut butter. The best peanut butter that's currently available is Morrison's own brand, 100% crunchy. It's amazing. It beats all the whole earth and the meridians and all
Why?
that have you for the.
Why?
Because it's just so much better. The taste is amazing. It's 100% peanuts, nothing added, like a premium peanut butter. It's so Morrison's own brand peanut butter is so good, man. The smooth is great. The crunchy is amazing. And it's like 160, 170 a jar, which is miles better than those big branded ones. That on a and I double toast my crumpets because I like my crumpets a little crunchier.
Bit of crunch.
So yeah, bit of crunch. God. So crunchy peanut butter on a couple of crunchy crumpets. That's my favourite doable breakfast.
Can I throw out a controversial fact?
Go on.
I've never eaten a crumpet.
What the fuck?
Sort it out now.
What kind of decision is that?
They're not a thing up here.
I didn't realise crumpets were exclusive to Waitrose.
Like you can get them, but literally no one in Scotland would quite happily sit in their office and eat a crumpet without expecting a barrage of abuse.
It's just do it. You got to
do
do it.
Do you know what the
so
texture
good.
is? Do you understand?
Yeah, like I know what a fucking crumpet is. Like I've watched the Great British Bake Off at least once.
Do you know the texture?
Well, no,
so
I've never eaten it.
So unique.
Yeah, it is.
To talk like Michael, they're so unique.
You are filming a review of you trying a crumpet for the first time. It is happening.
Does it have to be with peanut butter or?
No, have it with just butter on. Just have it with butter on.
Okay.
I know this is going to sound weird. I would have thought crumpets was very Scottish.
Oh god,
I don't know.
Crumpets. If you were to say, like to anyone up here, like, have you had a crumpet? I doubt there would be many who'd say yes, because up here we have the Aberdeen buttery or rowie, which you guys need to fucking taste because it's superior to every bread product. We have Tattie Scones.
They're great.
Which are great. Do you get them down there? Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Not readily, but I've seen them.
Or just toast.
Down there
in
Manchester.
Crumpets, yeah, I don't know, they're just not really a thing. It might just be as north as I am. They might be a thing Central Belt, but not where I live.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely something you need to... I mean, you have to review that.
Okay. I will genuinely make a note of that.
It will revolutionise your life.
Eat a crumpet.
Oh, that's meant to... prepare for it. Prepare for it. Familiarise your tongue with every little hole and nook and cranny. It is a mental. Oh, mate. Wow.
I mean,
Wow.
it's fine. I feel like it's. I know Stuart said that he loves it, and I'm certainly not going to shit on it, but I do feel like there's a slight element of overhype going on here.
It does sound amazing with crunchy peanut butter, though. But then I would eat anything with crunchy peanut butter.
Yeah, yeah.
So Kelly, then, what's your breakfast choice?
I mean, sticking to my heritage, it's usually porridge.
Salt or
sometimes, more often than not, sugar or syrup. But yeah, salt sometimes as well. And always with milk, because only fucking psychopaths make it just with water these days.
Salt on porridge. Fucking hell.
You know Limmy?
Yes. I know? I have met Brian Lemon. I love that.
Well, Brian Lemon makes his porridge just with water and salt. He is absolutely wrong.
That's the traditional way of doing it.
It's the wrong way. You know, the backwards way.
The
Neanderthal way.
The cave dweller way. So yeah, either porridge, because it's like toast. It goes with literally anything, or I go a bit more upmarket and have yogurt and granola.
Either of those breakfasts are acceptable to me.
It's all grim.
What?
Porridge is so grim.
Porridge is
mate,
life.
You're not making it right. You're not putting the right things in.
Oh, it's slop. It's just not.
Nah.
It's
not
a hug and a bowl, mate.
Oh,
maple syrup and chopped dates in your porridge.
It's a very
dates. Ooh,
it's a Jimmy Savile hug in a bowl, maybe.
Yeah, but are you talking about your little shitty Quaker Oats sachets of porridge that are ready in like 14 seconds and slide down your throat in sadness? Because that's not what we're talking about.
No, you're talking about a night of no.
Yeah, we all had that joke ready to go, Michael, but none of us chose to use it.
I sort of cut off early.
Yeah, not really.
But,
MJ? Breakfast of Champions? What are you eating?
The breakfast burrito is fucking mind blowing.
Nope.
And
with rice as well?
Yeah, probably with rice in there, inside the burrito, not with it. So that's one of my favourites. Also love sort of an American style, so French toast pancakes, maple syrup bacon. Also love British, full English. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if the question extended to what I usually have. My most common breakfast is probably a bowl of special or bran flakes. Or
which special do you get? The normal or the red berries? Because the red berries is
normal.
Peng. No. Why would you restrict your life in that way?
You've met him, right?
Don't know.
Yeah.
It's the Jordan's Country Crisp can be nice. I like the
if you're rich, how loaded are you that you're buying Jordan?
Fucking Country Crisp. That's what the Queen eats.
It's about £1.50 a bowl. Yeah. You do get about 2 servings in there and about £3. Yeah. The triple chocolate is the one, innit? That's what you want. Triple chocolate. Those little chocolate curls.
If you're getting a chocolate
treat
cereal,
in the morning.
Get yourself some Cookie Crisp. Get your fucking Jordans out of here.
Oh, I prefer Jordans to Cookie Crisp. Cookie Crisp! Next time, they're mine. Mate, fucking birthday cake flavour Cookie Crisp in Canada, innit?
Yeah, mate.
Do they still make the crunchy nut chocolate nugget one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I used to buy loads of that, and me and my mates used to eat bowls of it at midnight. Until one day we got the crunchy nuts down from on top of the cupboards where it was, and a tiny mouse jumped out of the box and terrified us all. Oh, and I've literally not eaten that cereal since.
That's such a lovely, sweet story. Like, that's so innocent.
I love the idea that you're just worried there's a mouse in all of them. Like it's the mouse cereal of choice.
I mean, it's a great cereal. You can't blame the mice.
Oh no, it's tremendous. It's probably my favourite cereal.
Well, sorry, what's it called?
Special, not special cake, crunchy nut
Clusters?
chocolate clusters or something.
Have you had the peanut butter clusters from
Not
Yes,
Peanut? Oh,
yes,
they're
yes.
so good.
Like last week, really good,
So
really
good.
peanutty.
Yes.
Very, very much like the Jordans, though. There's just not a lot in there. It's
Exactly,
No.
exactly. You are talking a pound a bowl. You're getting 3 bowls in a bowl.
Yeah.
It's mad.
it's gone. It's ridiculous.
One is looking at ocado.com now, and one cannot see crunchy nut chocolate clusters on.
Oh, so it must not exist then if it's not on Ocado.
Well, no, one is just suggesting that one can't add it to one's order coming at the weekend.
Okay, one. Yeah, I'll echo MJ with the American style breakfasts. Love pancakes. Love French toast, although I don't have them too often.
Yeah, like that kind of stuff at weekends. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a treat, isn't it? And obviously a full English. I mean, it goes without saying. It's a delight. What about drinks? Do you have any particular? What are your favourite sort of drinks to have in the morning? Are you coffee people? Juice, water,
Gin.
gin. Well,
It's coffee. For me, it's coffee.
Yeah.
And if we're making a fuss about breakfast, there'll be orange juice as well. But other than that, that's it.
2 drinks at breakfast. Fuck me.
Who's pouring?
That's me, mate. Don't worry about it.
Oh, yeah.
It's just my hard Coke Zero.
We very rarely have juice, but so that means I'm usually water. But 2 important comments to make. First and foremost, Nate, you arranged for some juices to be sent to me recently.
Did I? Yes, I did. Have they arrived?
Craft, yeah, they have. Craft Juice, is it? Craft Juice Company. They've arrived, so that's sort of related. So keep an eye out. That's your first shout out, Craft Juice Company. I think that's the name. I'm not 100% sure.
Just on a tangent from your tangent, Stuart, did yours ever arrive?
I've got the coffee, the spiffing coffee.
That's the one I sent, I think.
The one that you sent from the Uber driver, and the other coffee never arrived, and neither did the alcohol-free gin and tonic.
Fucking name and shame those bastards.
Wow.
I'm so fed up. I'm so fed of companies that agree to do something and then just don't follow through. Like, ignore us or say no, but don't say yes, we'll send you something, and then don't send it. And then when you, like the gin one, I followed it up and they said, oh no, sorry, we'll have a look at that, see what's happening. That was 3 weeks ago. I've not heard anything more. Fucking pricks.
It's I don't know if this is a valid comment, right? But this is sort of how this is how my work life goes, and I've had to learn, particularly my previous role helped me a lot learning this. But if you don't do something straight away, and there's usually no reason why you can't just do it straight away. If you don't either do it straight away or put it in your calendar to actually do it, you're not going to do it.
Mm.
And I feel like these companies go, yeah, I'll send it. And then they just move on to the next email. Yeah, I'll send it. Yeah, I'll send it. Never ending.
Dicks. Anyway, MJ, you had a second point.
The second point, so speaking of companies sending, Claire and I want a Tassimo machine. Went on Argos. I was like, mate, these machines are like 30, 40 quid. I'm not fucking doing this. So I emailed Dow Egberts, and I said, oi, throw us a Tassimo machine for a review, will you? Yeah, I'm not expecting them to throw me a Tassimo machine.
Sorry, that's literally the worst anecdote you've ever told.
It's not finished yet, is it?
Oh.
So their team emailed me back and they said, unfortunately, I can't help, but I have forwarded it on to the marketing team. That is now the end of the anecdote.
You made it worse.
I foresee a trip to Argos in Claire and I's future.
We have a Nespresso machine, and it's pretty good. But I think the Tassimo, you get all those like dairy milk and Maltesers flavoured ones as well, don't you?
Yeah, I've actually just realised you're the reason I want it.
Oh,
I saw it in your video. I was like, why don't we have that?
the Nespresso one's pretty cool. It encourages you to drink better tasting coffee. But it doesn't have like any fancy flavors or anything. Like I think Tassimo have a lot more links with other companies, so they can do like funky flavors.
Mental flavors.
obviously the Nespresso one has the problem that they can't link with other companies to do funky flavours because no one will touch Nestle with a barge pole, and all of your coffee has that kind of back taste of the blood of African babies. But if you're cool with that,
well,
let's not get into ethics. What kind of phone are you using, dear? Was it built in the UK?
It's Nestle. My phone, yeah.
It's funny you say that because Nestle have actually just paid billions to basically distribute Starbucks products. So Starbucks don't give a fuck.
That's what I thought you were going to say in the news.
What?
Well, why didn't you say it?
Didn't want to.
Fair enough. So have we all done drinks?
Yeah.
It's usually tea or coffee. Nothing too exciting.
What about you, Nate?
I prefer to have juice, but we just don't ever really buy it. So I end up probably just having coffee. Coffee is more regular. Yeah. But yeah, I do like a nice apple or orange juice or pineapple juice in the morning. It's a bit more refreshing.
How good is pineapple juice from like a buffet breakfast machine? You know, the kind that gives you like 14 milliliters worth of juice from the machine.
Yeah, a little tiny glass. Yeah, it's all that shit. Anything post 2005. Just whenever you have a sip of orange juice these days, someone will fucking climb in your window and they'll go, "Oh, you might as well just drink Coke."
Yeah, you feel
got sugar
guilty.
in. Fuck off. Yeah.
It's it's horrible. It's as maligned as bloody Coke and stuff nowadays, isn't it?
Couldn't give a fuck.
I know.
That said, I wouldn't drink Coke in the morning, so...
Yeah.
Well, I would.
Yes, some people do, don't they? That's fucking mental. Like the people that's it. The fucking psychos who get Coca-Cola with their McDonald's breakfast. That's weird.
Yeah.
Oh, I used to drink Coke. I used to drink Coke in the mornings.
Really?
I used to drink Coke. I used to wake up in the night, and if I woke up in the night, I used to have a 2-litre bottle of Coke by my bed. I'd have a mouthful of Coke.
Oh, spoilers for Saturday's FRUK show, episode 10.
Oh, yeah. Grass.
Quick sort of side thing, because this can be quite contentious. If you are eating a bowl of cereal, do you drink the cereal milk at the end?
No.
What?
No, but wouldn't judge anyone for doing it.
It's the best part!
I had the absolute privilege of trying recently one of Rich's new products that he'll be... he's only able to do it at the food fairs that he's going to go to. It's a small bowl cookie, a bowl-shaped cookie, so it's got edges, filled with lightly whipped cereal milk cream, and then topped with, your cereal of choice. It had Frosties and popping candy on for the Snap Crackle Pop. It was...
The man's a genius.
Absolutely unbelievable.
He's all right. Trouble is, he doesn't really understand the concept of sweet and savoury foods, so it's a bit hard to judge his food.
What? No. Still talking about this.
Forevermore. Just on cereal when you're drinking the milk, which is a perfectly normal thing. I'm a bit of a psychopath. When I was a kid, I used to have Rice Krispies with sugar, but no milk.
Honestly, I would do that.
So, yeah. But what it ended up was it just ended up with just a pile of sugar at the bottom of the bowl, essentially, because it just all fell between the...
Like a bag of Tang Fast Sticks, and then you stick your tongue in it.
Correct.
You stick your tongue in it.
Yeah.
Oh, MJ, why?
I didn't used to like milk on cereal, so I used to eat dry cereal if I was eating it dry. But I'm not sure I sprinkled sugar onto dry cereal, but I kind of get where you are. Yeah,
which was why Ricicles was so much better, because obviously it nicely, evenly... But that's gone now. Yeah.
So, rest in peace, Ricicles, yeah.
Are they not a thing anymore?
No. Parents have ruined it for all of us.
Oh.
Yeah.
But apparently
Nate.
Frosties... Frosties is fine, but Ricicles, not so much.
Yeah, it doesn't seem right.
It seems like we basically get guilt-tripped at every fucking step in breakfast, isn't it?
Oh,
Can't
definitely.
go right.
Definitely.
Speaking of guilt trips, you've already brought it up. Leftovers are for breakfast. So you're all in favour? What works best the next morning?
Cake.
Pizza.
Indian.
Sorry, did you say
Indian.
Did you say cake, Kelly?
Indian.
I said cake, yeah. I've done cake for breakfast a few times.
Now, I've seen this before. It's not particularly contentious, but it is weird that it seems acceptable for someone to eat, say, a muffin for breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But a cake, it not so much.
Exactly. You can pour maple syrup on your pancakes, and that's absolutely fine. But when you rock up with your fucking Tupperware full of chocolate cake, everyone's like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, it's a bit snobby.
Yeah.
I don't really get it. MJ, Indian curry for breakfast.
Absolutely tremendously good.
Cold
Love it.
or hot?
Oh, hot.
Okay.
Hot. Man is hot.
You really need to stop using that. That's like at least a year-old reference now.
I mean,
that's when my references go into fashion.
He was just dabbing. I don't know if that's still a thing.
Yeah,
that feels
definitely. No, it's flossing now. Have you guys been flossing?
What? What's
Yeah.
that? Is that?
Yeah.
I was going to say you've got a little one. You should know what flossing is.
Yeah, I floss.
Hang on.
I've no idea.
Do you want me to try it? Right, hang on.
What's flossing?
Here we go.
Let me try and...
This is good for the listeners.
This is great for listeners. And you can see my fucking Heath Ledger poster while I'm at it. It's like...
Rest in peace, 10 years.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Fortnite things.
Like, yeah.
I find that hard to do.
That's the new dab. So if you can floss, you'll be down
This
with
flossing is amazing.
It's weird you say that, MJ, because you look like a natural just then doing it.
That's skiing, mate. That's just skiing. That's slalom skiing.
MJ, please tell me you're filming this episode.
I'm not, I'm afraid. I'm not.
That's devastating. The listeners will never see what that was. I'm with Stuart. Pizza for next morning.
Pizza is pretty good.
Yeah.
Although, Stuart, do you have it cold or warmed up?
Now
I'll
I'm
warm it
14 minutes in.
I'll oven it up.
You'll oven it up. Ah, interesting.
That's a lot of effort. I like it.
Yeah.
It is good.
Yeah.
Like, are you the kind of person who would get extra pizza just to have it left over for the next morning?
Sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But I tend to leave mine till lunch because, like I say, breakfast I can just jog on with, whereas I end up having it for lunch.
I'm the type of person that's a human cocker spaniel. If the pizza is, it's an absolute miracle if there is leftover pizza.
Yeah, well, see, that's what I'm like as well.
Yeah, but if there is leftover pizza, breakfast. Yeah.
Oh, fuck me. Listeners, MJ is actually he's set up his own camera.
Has anyone ever told you, see, I've only really noticed it from a difference. Has anyone Has anyone ever told you that you look like the guy from Toy Story 2?
Yes, I've been told that.
From Al's Chicken Shop.
Yeah, Big Al.
Al's Toy Barn.
Yeah, I've heard
Big
that
Al's
twice.
Big Al's the gay character from South Park.
I've had that as well. Yeah. Cool. Oh, gets you on your old knees, doesn't it?
Not really.
Not when you're doing it wrong, like that.
Well, that's not.
It's funny because didn't really see Kelly crouching like that when she was doing it.
Show us your twerk while you're at it.
Oh God.
What is this thing you keep doing, MJ? MJ keeps sort of just... No, not that one. Not that
This one?
Yeah.
You
But the double.
You guys remember Bebo when everyone did that in their profile picture?
Yeah.
So
Again,
for the listeners,
great for listeners. It's the Nike tick on your chin.
Yeah, but he's doing it with both hands at the same time.
Double Nike.
That's the Club Penguin way.
Looks like he's got throat freeze or something, rather than...
Want to make a swastika out of that, anyhow?
Oh, sake.
Anyway, moving on. Hotel breakfasts, are they good? Are they bad? What are your tactics? What do you double up and have the continental as well as the fry up, or do you stick to one only?
Yeah. I'm happy with, like a buffet style breakfast. I'm happy with that because it means I can completely avoid the food of Satan.
What's the food? Eggs.
Yeah, which is a big issue.
You don't like eggs.
No, deviled eggs is the food of Satan.
Because if I go out for breakfast anywhere, I always have to do a no egg, please. And there's always panic until it arrives. Because if it arrives and it's there, I can't eat it.
It's tangent. I'm sure we may do an egg episode one day. If you have to have one style of egg, what would it be? What's the most acceptable version of eggs for you?
To me?
Yeah, apart from in the bin.
Raw.
Raw.
Yeah, I'd crack a raw egg and swallow it. I would do that. I wouldn't eat any kind of cooked egg. I did eat a cooked.
Right. So
I've got
how?
I've got a tiny anecdote for you. About 3 or 4 years ago, we went for dinner. Took Theo round to someone's house. The kids were playing, and we made tea, and it was fish pie. I like fish pie, and when the fish pie came, it had boiled eggs in it.
Oh,
and I like my two biggest neuroses collided, which was terminal politeness and egg fear, and I had to try and eat the thing. Like, I ate the smallest meal I have ever eaten in my life, and I was just like, oh no, that was lovely, thank you.
Yeah, some people do that though, don't they? Eggs and fish pie. I don't really get it, but
I do that.
No.
Yeah, 100%. I love it.
Really?
You're savage.
Yeah, good. It's good.
No.
I don't even like fish in my fish pie, so I'm not gonna like.
God, you're so fussy.
Oh, why not, Jess? MJ, what about yourself? You gonna answer the question?
Yeah, I'd love to, and I did have an answer lined up, but I've now forgotten what the question was.
What are your feelings on hotel breakfast? Are they any good? What's your tactics?
Fucking hell. The actual best breakfast I've ever had was at a hotel. It was the
£35 worth.
Oh my god, yeah. Has someone
reference,
kicked you into touch about that review?
Good. No, Patreon. Patreon made it possible.
Can't wait for some of that money to find its way to the podcast.
So, what do you think my appearance fee per episode is? Yeah, it was actually at the. I think it was a Holiday Inn. I'm not 100% sure. It's called. I can remember what it was called. It's the Golden Gate Holiday Inn in San Francisco. Weirdly, it wasn't actually anywhere near the Golden Gate Bridge, but holy fuck! It was also the first time I ever tried Fruit Loops as well. But it was just amazing. Yeah, so I had Fruit Loops. The best, just amazing scrambled eggs. Scrambled is how I have my eggs, by the way. Just everything, like sauteed potato, bacon, sausage, maple syrup, everything you can imagine. And I was just like, in a buffet, all you can eat breakfast. I was like, mate, I'm in fucking heaven.
It's weird, for all my anti-breakfast propaganda, I do, whenever I go and stay at a hotel, I do fucking, the next morning, I do love loading up on their fry-ups and their the continental.
It's also the time when everyone becomes like a miniature Gordon Ramsay in that they rate every single part of the breakfast. You wouldn't do it with anything else, but it's like, oh, bacon's not bad. Eggs are a bit watery. Like, everything gets ranked.
Yeah,
true.
It's also the only time I've ever had black pudding.
Have you guys ever had haggis with cooked breakfast, or is that?
No,
I'm guessing that's just.
I've never had
Scottish.
haggis.
Never had haggis. I've had haggis crisps, and that's as close.
Yeah, like if you were to get a full Scottish breakfast, you would get black pudding and haggis in it. It's good.
I'd like to try it. I don't know. I just never had the opportunity. I guess I've never seen it on a restaurant menu or anything like that. I've just never gone out of my way to buy one or have it.
Haggis is a great breakfast food.
It is. I say it's as good as black pudding. It's just not really very popular.
I think the problem with haggis for me is it's not as manageable as black pudding, because haggis is by nature kind of crumbly. If haggis was stuck together more, haggis would be great because the flavour's beautiful. Really enjoy haggis.
Do you not get like convenience haggis where you can buy it in slices?
No, I live in England, or as you might call it, civilization.
Convenience haggis is where it's at.
Stuart does not speak for all of us when he says he lives in convenience.
Civilization.
Yeah.
Did I just call it fucking convenience?
You did.
Some of the letters were the same. That's all English is.
It's like a nickname for Manchester.
That's a good point, actually. Is there are there any other sort of regional differences with Scottish breakfasts that you're aware of, Kelly?
Clooty dumpling, innit?
Dumpling?
Clooty dumpling.
No one has that for breakfast, you madman. That's pudding.
Really?
Yeah.
Never heard.
Clooty dumpling's like Christmas pudding.
I know, but I had it. When I was in Scotland last, I had that on my breakfast.
To be honest,
Were you there at Christmas?
like breakfast here, it would be like Tattie Scones heavily feature anywhere in the Central Belt or south of that. For anyone who hasn't had that, that's literally just I don't know how well it's like bread cut into triangles that has potato on it and it's fried, so it's amazing naturally.
Wow.
The Aberdeen buttery is basically salt, flour, and lard, and it's amazing. It sounds and looks like shit, but it is
Aberdeen
absolutely
buttery.
gorgeous. If you Google either buttery or rowie, they're amazing. Toast it, spread it with butter, shove 16 in your mouth at once. They're amazing.
How do you have them? Like, what do you serve them with? On their own, or?
See, you'd love it because there is no effort at all, either straight out of the baker counter or toasted with something on it. That's literally it, but it's fantastic.
When you say something on it, like a jam or something like that, or?
See, this is where it can get controversial. Some people just like butter, some people like golden syrup, some people like jam, some people like cheese.
Cool. They look nice.
They're amazing. They're really ugly, but they're very, very good.
Oh, yeah, I've never heard of them. I've heard of the Tattie Scones, but I've not heard of the Rowies.
Rowies.
Yeah, I think I'd fall in love with them.
Or like even a full English isn't really as much of a thing up here. Like if you were doing sort of cooked breakfast, you would have it like more of a breakfast bap type thing. So it would be like your bacon, your black pudding, and your tattie scone in a bread roll. That's more of a thing here.
I do love for breakfast like a bacon butty or a sausage butty or something like that. That's the halfway house of fry-ups.
Yeah,
that's
exactly
fucking delicious. When does breakfast become brunch?
About 10:30. Next.
No, don't be absurd.
Does the food change though, Stuart?
Oh, good question.
If you have cereal at 10:31, does that make it brunch?
20 past 11 really is getting on for sort of you're eating your cornflakes a little bit too late. And I would say brunch is something a bit bigger. I'd say brunch is a bigger.
Brunch is more of an event than breakfast, isn't it? It's got to be there's got to be some prep in brunch.
I think it has to be late morning and it needs to be more involved. Yeah. They're the two things for brunch.
Yeah.
American brunch is mad though, isn't it? It's like America. If you go for brunch in America, you can eat prawns and stuff.
You can order fucking box fizz in America for brunch, and they'll call it a mimosa and try and make it fancy. It's like
genuinely. I had no idea that's what a mimosa was until like literally about a month ago that I realised it was Bucks Fizz.
It's such trash. I love it.
Yeah. This is America though, isn't it?
Come on, I've got America.
This is America. Don't catch me slipping up. Sorry.
See, you're down with the kids. I like it.
Yeah, it's great. We were chatting about it before you guys got on. Love a bit of childish Gambino.
Correct.
Very much so.
Yeah.
I'm
confused.
MJ, have you heard that song?
MJ's looking suitably rabbit in headlights right now in his little white boy headspace.
Yeah, I love it. Man and Martha, mate. I fucking love those tortilla chips.
Anything else on breakfast before I get to the really weird question I've got?
The only other thing I have on hotel breakfast is the fact that they always have miniature muffins and they need to be more of a thing globally.
Yeah, maybe. Much more manageable than the big boys.
Yeah.
Talking English muffins.
No, like, you know how if you're at the continental bit, you have all of your usual pastries, and then they have these tiny, tiny little, like, one-bite muffins.
Yeah.
And, I don't really know why that's a thing, but it's great.
Fucking love an English muffin, though. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
Tremendous.
Never had one.
Of course you haven't.
Oh.
This is mental. You've literally not had the best forms of bread like that England has to offer.
You're such a racist.
Muffins and crumpets are literally the two best.
We do malign anything to do with England up here, so it doesn't surprise me. Sorry.
Fucking hell, that's mental.
So you've never had like a McMuffin or anything like that from McDonald's?
No.
Do love a McMuffin.
You just look at his face.
Yeah, sorry. Wait, did I not mention it earlier? Double sausage and egg McMuffin is my favourite breakfast.
Yeah, certainly.
Sorry, it's in fact, it's one of my favourite foods, let alone breakfast.
Oh, incorrect. The sausage and egg bagel from McDonald's is much nicer.
Love both. But prefer muffin.
More versatile.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is more. It's not really their fault, but there is a hole in the bagel.
He's rolling out the classics. Okay. My weird question for tonight.
Oh,
love it.
If you could be best friends with any cereal... Shut up.
Oh.
If you could be best friends with any cereal mascot, past or present, who would it be and why? I'm going to start with Stuart because he called me out on the question. He said it's madness.
Easy.
But this is the question that I chose to spend my time researching and planning today.
Correct.
So I'm going to run you through a few.
Ooh.
Okay, right. So I'm going to discount some first of all. We've got Tony the Tiger. I'm discounting him. Too positive. Bit of a. Let's be honest. He's a prick.
He's on drugs. Definitely.
Yeah.
Honey Monster, an absolute liability.
Yeah, liability. Yeah,
anywhere
right.
near that.
He's a fucking
that giant
pedo
idiot.
if ever I saw one.
Correct. Snap, Crackle, and Pop. There has to be 3 of them in lieu of any kind of personality or character, so they can get in the same.
They're
Lucky Charm.
irritating anyway. They're high maintenance.
Did you know that in Germany
they
they're called Knisper, Knasper, Knusper?
I didn't, but that is wonderful.
Beautiful.
Lucky Charms Leprechaun. That's racist, and I can't abide racism. The Cornflakes Cockerel. Let's be honest, he's a cock. Which leaves me with the Quaker Oats Quaker. So I've thought to myself, I've looked at him, and he looks like a cross between a kind of witch finder and Noddy Holder from Slade.
Yeah, no.
So I thought, but more normal compared to the others. But I thought to myself, what are we going to have a lot to chat about? So I did a bit of brief research about Quakers. Quakers were known for their use of "thee" as an ordinary pronoun. I could get down with that. I'm happy with that. Refusal to participate in war. I am famously a pacifist. Plain dress. I can get down with that. Absolutely plain dress. I'm happy with that. Refusal to swear oaths. And I tell you now this, Nathan Peterson, until the day I die, you have my word on this, Nathan Peterson, I will never swear an oath. Opposition to slavery. I'm famously an advocate of rights of slaves. I will go on record as saying I know this is a controversial point of view, but I think Kanye West was wrong. And then finally, and the final thing that Quakers were known for is what? T-top. Oh no. Nah, sack the Quaker Oats Quaker. I'm going for Captain Rick off Ricicles because he's spaceman in it.
Ricicles is dead though. Captain Rick's.
I did say
Captain Rick lives forever in my heart.
I did say past or present. I'm a little bit disappointed. I did Stuart first because it was a beautiful little rant there. Kelly, he has missed a few. Hopefully, you can fill some of those gaps.
All right.
You have. Sorry, and I loved your extensive little bit there, but you missed 2 very crucial characters. The first one being the Wheatos professor, who is the most jovial little academic that one could ever meet. But he has nothing on who I would pick to be my best friend, who is the fucking redneck Santa that is Klondike Pete from Golden Nuggets.
Holy shit.
Oh, wow, you know his name as well.
Yeah, Klondike Pete and his donkey, who was named Partner, and the Breakfast Bandit. Give me a better fucking breakfast lineup than that. Sorry,
Breakfast Bandit?
Yeah, the Breakfast Bandits. That Klondike Pete was like, he'd fall... Well, I think the whole thing was he'd explode into a mine that was supposed to be the gold mine. He'd be like, damn, they're honey crunchy good, or something like that. And his donkey... his donkey would do something, and then 2 Breakfast Bandits would appear at the side of the mine being like, we're going to get those gold nuggets. And, yeah... Storyline, innit? Klondike.
I like it.
Bit too modern for me, both of those.
Yeah.
MJ.
Yeah.
I think it's a shame that there's a two prone thing before I actually answer the question. As always, I'll go on a tangent first. 2 prone. Let's say prong.
No,
look,
you said prone.
Guys,
it should be 2 prong.
I don't know language. For God's sake.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
there was a
Neapolitan.
correct.
Words difficult.
That they am difficult, and a lot of people don't understand that. So there's a Kellogg cereal called Banana Bubbles, and it was like
Where?
no, sorry, they used to be. Sorry, they were banana flavour Rice Krispies, basically.
Bubbles.
Turned the banana milkshakey. So,
Nah. When
Nah.
was this?
Search for Banana Bubbles on the internets.
Yeah.
And
Blimey.
Kellogg's, yeah, Kellogg's. They don't have a mascot, but someone should, i.e. me, should make white chocolate Rice Krispie cakes with, or actually just Rice Krispie treats with Nesquik milk banana powder in.
Did you have a mascot?
Yeah, it's a banana on a surfboard.
That's not Kellogg's. That's not Kellogg's, is it?
Sorry, can I just also interject?
Oh,
No.
banana Rices.
No.
Oh, sorry.
Off-brand.
I don't. I still eat them. Where are they from?
Also, I'm just a little bit confused why MJ's talking about making some Rice Krispie squares out of banana stuff, which has nothing to do with mascots.
I'm getting onto it, mate. Fucking hell. Do you know what? I'm a bit of a. You may know this about me. I'm a bit superficial. Oh, look at that! Wow,
Saucy.
banana frosted flakes. That sounds amazing. I'm a bit of a superficial man, so I'm going to go on looks. I think one of the strongest designs is the toucan from Fruit Loops.
Oh.
So I'm going to go with the
American, though.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm going to go with. They are in the UK now, I'm afraid. So
Are they?
Oh, all right.
yeah, there's
Like
UK.
widely?
Yeah, they're shit as well. So
What's your reasoning behind Toucan Tom, or whatever his name is?
literally just the design. I like the design. And no offence, but
So you pick your best
95
friends based on design?
correct. and whether they're real or not, because there's more chance that they'll actually be friends with me.
Oh.
If they're not.
90, yeah, there's still a very high chance that they won't. 95% of cereal mascots are irritating children, so.
Correct.
I'd like
Peterson?
to see your maths on that, actually. 95%
Yeah.
seems extortionately high.
Well, there are only 20, aren't there? There are 20 cereal mascots, which meant that Michael is one that he doesn't find irritating.
But he said children, though.
Do you guys remember the rumour? Do you remember the Frosties advert where there was like a blonde kid? I think it was the late 90s where he was like walking up a street and he was like, "They're gonna taste great." That one. Did you guys?
killed himself.
Yeah, and everyone was like, "Oh yeah, he put 2 pencils up his nose and smashed his head off a desk." And I was like,
And we all know that there's one kid from a cereal advert that we do wish would kill themselves.
"Who's that?"
That's David Goss from the Golden Games advert.
Fuck! Oh, that's so annoying. You bloody idiots talking with your bloody noise. That was going to be my answer. I was going to say Gossy is my mascot.
What was he
Not a
actually
mascot.
on an advert, or was it just someone who looked like him?
No,
He was on the advert.
Yeah,
Yeah, David Goss was in the Golden Grahams advert in about 2002.
That is
You
amazing.
can also. Do you
Must have
remember
been
the
like
one
an
where
actual fetus back then, though?
Do you remember the ones where the heads came out of the cereal bowl?
yeah.
I don't think so.
You'll probably remember it when you see it. If you search for Gossy Golden Grahams, it's I've
Gossy.
uploaded it.
All right.
Gossy from FRUK on Golden Grahams advert.
Gossy.
I found the bloody Frosties advert. No, this is going to be the first time in probably 10 years I've heard this. Here we go.
Oh my god, that is not him, surely.
It's David
Yeah.
Goss. It's either David Goss or Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Oh,
so
let's not perpetuate that myth. Most annoying thing about being friends with him is hearing that bloody JGL thing.
What, does he think he looks like Joseph Gordon-Levitt?
Everyone does. Oh my god, I thought your friend was Joseph Gordon-Levitt. No, he looks
Really?
nothing like him.
No.
he does.
No.
He does look like him.
No. No.
Do you never get, oh my god, your friend looks just like the kid off the Golden Grahams?
Even personalised number plates.
For the record, I've just looked up the Frosties actor, and unfortunately it was false.
Yeah, like,
Um,
why that was such a big rumour that like everyone knew about. It was so weird.
The rumours were he was either murdered by bullies or died of cancer. So I'm not even mentioning the...
Yeah.
Fucking
With
hell.
no pencils on the
No.
nose.
Pencils, yeah, like at our school, it was like a thing that everyone was like, "Oh my god, yeah, he killed himself by smashing his head off a table with pencils up his nose." That's the
That's
last
too-
way you would kill yourself.
That's two different urban myths. That's an exam pressure urban myth at my school. That was the kid in the exam hall who just looked at the exam paper, pencils up the nose, bang. Yeah. Oh, breakfast. Yummy. There we go.
Did the Frosties give him cancer?
Oh, hang on. Yes, that's plain.
Taste great.
Yes.
They're going to taste great. I can hear the sound of Frosties hitting me plate.
Oh, dear me, that's horrific.
Yeah.
Just demonetize this podcast.
I'm going to be listening to that 24/7.
God, as if there wasn't something that could make you more annoying.
Why has no one mentioned the Cocoa Pops monkey?
Because
Well,
he's a dick.
Yeah,
correct.
I quite like this crocodile nemesis.
Yeah, I was going to say his crocodile makes a better one. Yeah.
Bad guys are always better in cereal adverts, like Star Wars. Yeah.
I did a little bit of research, not as much as Stuart, obviously. The Wheatos professor unfortunately looks like somebody who would have got caught up in Operation U Tree. So
Kelly.
I ruled him out. And then I thought, the astronaut from Ricicles, I didn't know his name. But then I saw a picture of him, and he seems like a young boy, so I was worried about getting caught up in Operation U Tree myself. So I ended up with Honey Monster, just because the guy looks like he gives amazing hugs, and he's just
right. And he's not a U Tree candidate at all.
No, I'm too old. I'm too old to worry about that. He's just lovable. He's just a dopey bastard who just gives good hugs.
Do you know they've renamed Sugar Puffs now?
Yeah, Honey Monster Puffs.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's weird.
Yeah, I did see a bit of knowledge. As soon as we're dropping fact bombs, is that apparently they named it Sugar Puffs just after the war because sugar was obviously a big commodity at the time. Because obviously people had gone years without really being able to use it at will, and so everything being named sugar made it more marketable.
Oh.
So there you go. We're dropping facts left, right, and centre.
Social media, what does it mean to ya? Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, hey, like, follow, retweet, make our day. Social media, what does it mean to ya? Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, hey, like, follow, retweet, make our day.
You can find Food Review UK on Twitter at Food Review UK, Facebook also at Food Review UK, and on Instagram at FRUK. Check it out.
Michael Jameson, do you wish to rattle off some social media questions?
Yes, I'd love to.
And don't forget the ones that are on my post.
Oh, that's good, isn't it? Well, joke's on you, mate, because I've already fucking prepared it quite well, actually.
I'm just trying to help you out, mate.
Well, don't worry about it, so just fucking... right, so, first of all, Gossy said sausage or bacon.
Bacon.
Sausage.
Yeah, I say sausage as well.
Sausage.
Yeah, correct.
What a bunch
More
of idiots.
substantial.
Doesn't matter.
I like the herbiness and the varieties of flavour of sausage, but bacon is also an amazing food. A bacon sausage. There you go.
We've already answered the next question, which was asked by 3 people, so it's actually the most requested question. Gossy, Julian, and Laminator. So we've already answered. It was, how do you like your eggs? How do you like your eggs in the morning?
Well,
I like mine with a kiss. Boiled or fried, I'm satisfied as long as I
long as
Give on the
there is...
microphone.
Stop picking your mic up like Frank Sinatra. What a moron.
It's got to be scrambled.
scrambled.
Fried or poached.
Yeah, in the
I
sea.
should say
Yeah.
I don't actually like combining sexual exploits with food, so I'll have the kiss later and some scrambled eggs now.
I like that. No, that's the order you go for. What more you got?
Julian asked, bacon, crispy or not? Obviously crispy, but also listen to the bacon podcast.
Correct.
Yeah.
Laura Peterson asked, hot or cold milk on Weetabix?
They can go in the sea with
hot milk on Weetabix.
my wife.
Oh, no.
Yeah, make a gross product even grosser. Yeah, just the hot Weetabix is not a thing.
Weetabix, I'm not a fan of that at all.
Oh, no, as I said to Laura on Facebook, just get out. No.
Yeah, cold milk on Weetabix, 100%. Preferably not from Nate's teat, but...
Well, preferably so. Teats. Native Adam said pancakes, waffles, or French toast. French toast.
Yeah, but pancakes are amazing.
He said
right, I have an
biscuits
answer
and
for
gravy.
this.
Correct.
I haven't even
There it
answered
is.
yet, you idiot. Oh,
Sorry,
that's horrible.
Sorry, mate. You're taking too fucking long. I thought you weren't interested.
I would choose pancakes, but my favourite is French toast. But French toast has an element of fear involved in it.
How can you
Yeah.
eat French toast if you don't like eggs?
Crusty,
Yeah, I'll
eggy
eat French
sides.
toast, but it has to be good. If it's in any way, because good French toast isn't eggy in any way. It's just unctuous. I eat eggs.
You're
I
anxious.
don't like to know I'm eating them. Oh, thank you, Michael. So are you. I eat eggs. I just don't like to know I'm eating them. And so I would, out of the three, I would choose pancakes, but I would rather have French toast. But yeah, there's fear involved. That's all.
Okay.
All of those, but with lots and lots of maple syrup.
Yes.
Yeah.
And bacon.
Yeah.
And no sausages. Yeah.
He said biscuits and gravy, and also would you have open biscuits?
I think he
Don't know what
confused us with
open
an
face biscuits are.
he's confused us with an American podcast.
B's and G's are great though,
Yeah.
but I've no idea what open face
Although-
biscuits are. But
Have any of you had biscuits and gravy? The American.
They call scones biscuits, don't they? Like it's basically a
They're
They're
not
scone.
really
sort of
scones.
halfway.
Similar to
Yeah, it's a bit more of a
Texturally, it's a scone.
fluffier
Yeah.
scone.
and the gravy is that white.
And their
sausage
gravy's
gravy.
like creamy and has like
Yeah.
Yeah.
nah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How is it, MJ? Or have you had it, Stuart?
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I like it. I enjoy it.
I've-
I enjoy B's and G's. Yeah.
I've never had it, so I'm looking forward to. I'm trying it next time I go to Chicago. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Is there
alright.
anywhere,
It's not as
like-
weird.
Is there anywhere in the UK that does it? Like any chain places? Because I've never been to America.
No, I'm not saying
No,
it.
no.
People must do. There must be like some independent diners and stuff that do it. But
Yeah.
make it. You can cook. Make it.
Yeah. that Crumpets though.
yeah, start with the crumpets. Work your way up.
Yeah.
Okay.
MJ
Adam's also asked best grits edition.
again.
Fuck.
Never
grits.
have.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go away.
Yeah, fuck
idiot.
grits. Yeah. He said, "Why baked beans?" My answer would be moist, sweet,
Moist.
fairly good texture. Moist.
Moist.
Which is also your Tinder profile.
Correct.
Well done, Stuart. Very funny.
And he said, "Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, it's too long."
it's just moisture in it. That's all.
Yeah. Extra
Fair.
sauce.
They're obviously not
Yeah.
as big over there as they are here. Baked beans.
No.
Well, I think they
About the
have
same
them. They
size,
just have
isn't it?
breakfast time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although one of my American friends was,
One of your Americans, like,
What a-
you little slaves.
me and Kenya. No,
Oh,
one of my American
Aaron.
friends was absolutely blown away by the fact that I was actually eating beans on toast. He didn't realise it was a real thing. He thought it was a myth.
Stereotype.
It's like
it's a weird
no.
thing.
I mean, I haven't had it for a while, but yeah, it's a fairly common dish that people eat.
Yeah.
Yeah, standardly.
Yeah.
Get back to your biscuits and gravy.
Yeah. Best ingredients for a breakfast burrito: egg, rice, guacamole, chorizo, cheese, and red pepper.
Am I the only one who's never had a breakfast burrito?
No,
I've never had one.
I don't know if it's a thing.
They are
It is.
absolutely sensational.
I think it needs egg, doesn't it, to work?
Yeah, it does.
So that
Yeah.
will stew it out forever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Logan has said, is breakfast for dinner acceptable in the UK?
Yes.
Yeah, every day of the week.
Yeah.
Next.
Emma, sister to MJ, says best spread on toast.
Oh, I mean, so tempting to just say, like, your mum as a joke. Peanut butter.
Peanut butter. Yep, agreed.
I would say right now my favourite would be the crunchy spread that's come.
What? Like a chocolate
Oh,
spread?
Yeah. Yeah.
haven't had that
I
one.
would.
Does it have like little honeycomb pieces in it?
Yes, not many though, but it just tastes like crunchy.
Okay.
They've somehow managed to get the honeycomb flavour in the spread. Very delicious.
I'd
But
say
I'm
if
not-
we're not.
I'm not necessarily someone that does necessarily go for spreads on toast. If I'm having it, it's generally just butter.
Loads of it, or just a bit?
Loads of butter. if I can see it unmelted, that's a winner for me.
Oh, no, it has to be melted.
No.
I was going to say,
I love
if we're saying a spread only, then like it would probably be butter. But if it's a spread, it's Nutella. Nutella on toast is fucking levels.
Classic.
I'm going to have to get some bread now, actually, because I fancy, not now, but in the near future, I'll get some bread so I can do Nutella on toast. I'm going to have that for breakfast next week, maybe.
MJ, you featured in speaking of Gossy in adverts. You've been in a Nutella advert, haven't you?
Yeah, if you search for Nutella advert parody, I reckon there might be one that pops up.
Oh, it was a parody. Oh, I thought it was a real one.
I don't really know what you're doing, but...
No.
I'm just promoting one of your videos, mate. Sorry. Fuck you.
No, thank you. Oh,
No.
I didn't say I didn't like it.
No, fuck you. It's a shit video. Move on.
It's a great video, one of my favourite comedy ones. Reed says, describe your perfect bread.
Bagel. Move on.
I'm going to go millennial and say sourdough. Makes the best toast.
Ooh.
Correct. Yeah, I'm going sourdough. I'm having sourdough for my tea tonight after this podcast.
Yeah.
Sourdough is very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favourite is probably a poppy seed bloomer. Don't know why that's funny.
It's like the name of a pony.
Do you know what used to be around a load, a good 10 years or so? I don't know if this is sourdough as well, but olive bread, that used to be a really big thing for a while. And you don't tend to see it as much nowadays.
No.
Not as much.
I don't know if it's just because there's so many other different styles
Yeah.
of bread.
Do you know what's good? Focaccia's good, isn't it?
I make
like
a very
focaccia.
good focaccia, if I do say so myself.
I do enjoy a
Focaccia
focaccia.
amazing.
It's a very wet bread,
Wet,
isn't it? I
oily,
do enjoy a focaccia.
Dimply,
Yeah.
like a big celluloid thigh. It's great.
More from Michael Jamieson's Tinder profile.
Hey.
Is that a breakfast bread? Can you have that for breakfast?
Focaccia.
Yeah.
If you're Italian.
Yeah.
If you're Italian or you're 1/8 Italian, like Michael is.
Yeah. Russian.
1/8 everything. It's just so it's a good answer to any allegations of racism.
Correct. You've always got to have a finger in you.
Jesus Christ, no.
Russian James has suggested that bacon and
Russian
pancakes is a
James.
crime.
Yeah, Russian James has just upset me for the first time.
Yeah,
ever.
he suggested bacon
He's
and
now the
pancakes
worst.
is not a thing, which is just ridiculous.
Yeah, idiot.
Guy on the left says, what are the full English essentials?
Bacon, sausage, egg, beans, tomato.
Toast.
Huh? Toast. Mushrooms?
Nah, black pudding.
Black pudding. Fried bread?
Nah,
Yeah, I would say I get fried bread.
I don't like fried bread, but
I
I'll allow it.
like the idea of it, but every time I have it, I'm like, I feel dirty after eating this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else on there?
He's also said favourite cereal. I think we sort of covered that.
Crunchy nut.
Yeah.
Crunch nut custers.
Nut King. Jup Hanks
Yup,
Says-
Hikers.
Is this the chip? This is the chip thing, isn't it?
Yep, Hynix. Yeah, chips in a full English. So good that they should be
Nah.
traditional.
What, like
What an
chips?
As
with
in,
bre-
yeah, fries, potato chips.
Yeah, I think you tend to see it in greasy spoons, don't you?
Yeah. But then you see, I think you may even bring this up, or someone brings it up. Those sort of places also have like a beef.
Sauteed potatoes.
They have a beef burger in there as well.
Oh no.
Oh, that's
Nah.
no.
I mean, I would definitely eat both of them in a fry up, but it's not something I would consider an essential.
No.
I'm not turning down the opportunity of eating a burger at any time of day.
No, I don't want chips on my fry up.
No.
I'm saying it now. No.
I like
It would,
chips and beans.
it would take up valuable space for like everything else on the plate.
Make a bigger plate.
Yeah, okay, good point.
I do
Good
love
point.
chips, and I'm generally on board with the idea. However, I'd probably just rather have sauteed potato.
Oh,
Why do you have to say
It's
more hard-
sauteed, by the way?
Because she's French.
Sauteed.
She's in 8th French.
Yeah, I'm not racist. I'm
Sauteed.
multicultural.
Cultural.
And Olis Plinsky says, this is absolutely mental. Milk first or cereal first? If you put the milk in first, you're an absolute fruitcake.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. And no one does that.
How would you know how much milk he
Nathan?
needed?
Yeah, ridiculous.
Exactly.
And they've also
Why is Nathan
He's
quiet?
quiet.
He
Well,
does
no,
it.
I'm just thinking about the fact that I don't even sometimes have milk. So,
Oh, yeah.
but no, anyone that's putting in milk first is something. I'm also not. I mean, this is a slight tangent. I'm not in the camp of putting milk in early doors on a cup of tea or coffee.
I was just about to say that. Milk
No.
is always afterwards.
It's
Never-
one of the last ingredients because I need
Yeah.
to be able to see the change
Colour.
in colour.
Yes.
Thank you.
Exactly.
How do I know if I've put too much milk in and then I've ruined the entire thing because... Anyway. Milk towards
And
the end,
the-
always.
correct. The last social media question is best place to go for breakfast. In the UK, it's McDonald's. So
I don't know. There's a couple of local places to me that do good pancakes and stuff. I'm not a regular eating out for breakfast, but it'd be local places.
Me too.
Small chains or independents rather than...
Yeah, it's very hard to say because obviously the only places I've really had breakfast, like you say, is McDonald's, which I love, but at the same time I could certainly see people why they wouldn't like it because it's mass-produced rubbish.
Do you guys ever go fancy for a Pret breakfast?
It's by the train station,
once.
so if I'm going somewhere on the train, then it's nice to pop in there on the way through. I will admit their sausage and bacon rolls are pretty nice.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think they're average.
Yeah, I avoid Pret like the plague. Yeah, for any meal
I
of the
do think
day.
they're fairly pretentious and overpriced.
Yeah,
Definitely.
pretentious. Yeah, that's the most pretentious place in the UK, isn't it? Probably.
Yeah. I mean, it's literally in the name. Yeah.
Oh, don't worry, we've got two in Uxbridge now that are literally within. You can see one from the other.
Ridiculous.
Anytime I've been to London, I'm genuinely astounded by the amount of Prets they can fit into one block of concrete.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Awful.
I mean, I mean, just on that, for any of these things, like there's three Gregs in my hometown, which is literally within about 10 minutes walk from each other. I think I've now counted 6 Costa Coffees in the same town. It's
mental.
unnecessary.
Yeah.
All of these franchises are just going mental.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awful.
Ridiculous.
Was that AMJ?
That's the end of my social media section.
You're listening to FRUK Unwrapped, the Food Review UK podcast. Review it on iTunes, if you dare.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you very much, Michael. I think, in lieu of sweet or savoury, you've got something else for us, haven't you, MJ? Is there something you want to get out? Is there something you want to get out for us?
I'm going to pull out a special quiz, and it's called... Thank you to one of you guys for the name. I think, was it Nate? Did you come up with the name, or was it Stuart?
Depends what the name is, mate.
I think the best suggestion was Breakfasty Blank.
Breakfasty Blank. Breakfasty Blank.
Blank.
Bang, bang,
Dum dum breakfasty blank.
Breakfasty Blank. Breakfasty Blank.
See,
Breakfasty Blank.
who needs all these
Breakfasty
polished sounders when we can just sing them
Or
ourselves?
acapella.
Welcome to Breakfasty Blank. Yes, this is the game show where MJ is going to say a number of poems. How many poems does he have? Well, let's just let him quickly count them. 6. He's got 6 poems about breakfast foods. But there is a crucial element to each of the poems missing. It is indeed the last line of the poem, and you must. I suppose it's a riddle, but breakfasty riddle doesn't really work as well, does it? So
Breakfasty riddle. Dun, dun.
blank.
Hot off the riddle.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, good.
Yep.
Riddle
we
pan. No.
No.
MJ in the
How
riddle.
do you guys want to do this? When I get to the line, do you want to yell out, or do you want to say your names to say buzz it in?
When me and Nate make games, we think of this beforehand. we don't put it out to popular poll.
All right, I'll pause at the line where it becomes obvious, and it's the first person to yell out their name, and then I'll say the last line, and you fill in the blank. Okay?
Okay.
You understand?
No.
So when I put it should become obvious from the rhyming of what the breakfast thing is.
Right.
I will pause, and if you know the answer, yell out your name.
Okay.
I will then say the rest of the poem, and then you finish it off by saying the answer.
Okay, I think.
I get it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Already
Here
off
we
to
go.
a start.
Number 1. I'm
How
going to be
excited he is.
this is the most effort I've put into the podcast so far. Here we go.
Correct.
My cousin in school fancied himself as a bit of a salesman. This one time he brought in bootleg Tazos with sexually explicit images on. His intention was to sell Pogs porn fakes.
Stuart.
which were obtained from promotional packets of...
Cornflakes.
Incorrect. Does anyone else want to have a go?
Oh!
Special K says Kellogg's cornflakes.
Correct.
Oh. That's
Give
harsh.
Stuart a point for that. That's harsh.
That's
Why? No, do you know what? I don't want a point. Why are you singing it?
Yeah, like it doesn't have to be a song.
It's like Gregorian chant.
They're all memories from my distant past, and so they all mean a lot to me, so I want to put emotion into them. Okay,
I felt emotion.
I'd ask you not to question my methods, right? Okay, ready for number 2?
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Actually, who's keeping count here? I suppose I'd better write something.
Yeah, you probably should, because that's, again, like Stuart said, something we do.
Sort of your job.
But I've got a pen and I've got a pencil here if you want me.
No, make him do it.
Good. I've just broken my bloody pencil, so that's gone well, isn't it?
We could be playing Nate's sound bites, but no, we're not. We're waiting for him to work out how to do his own game.
Brilliant. I can't fucking even... I'm nearly there, guys.
Why are you like writing on the Bible?
Is that how you...
What's he doing?
Is that...
It's got nothing else better in it.
Oh, racist. So
No, it's sort of biblical. Biblicacist. Right, cool. Here we go.
This is podcast gold, really. Oh, just a reminder, you can vote for us now in the British Podcast Awards. And if this content is anything to go by, then I think we've down for an easy win.
I've actually broken that pen. I've actually broken it, right. So I'm going to give Stuart a half point there. I'm going to give Stuart a half point.
thank you, mate. Thank you, Michael.
Poem number 2.
Okay.
I'm an avid collector of movies starring WWE divas. I like to watch them in the morning with my breakfast. The other day, I was watching a load of Lita flicks.
Nathan.
And my cereal bowl was filled with...
Weetabix.
Correct.
That was good.
Oh my god.
Okay, right. This I'm gonna have to. I didn't realise this would be so funny for me. I've got to try and keep it together with this one. Oh, shit, I'm not going to be able to.
I do like that they all have the same tune.
Correct. Right. I'm really.
Although he was drifting into some sort of Jamaican patois in there somewhere.
I'm really going to struggle with this one. Okay, this is number 3. The runs. I've got the runs. I can't stop shitting everywhere. I've got a toilet in my bathroom, some wet wipes on the stairs. I've got a wishing well in my garden for outside disasters. But I've just had to add a new container to the waiting area. I call it my whole pan. Oh shit, I need to go.
Stuart.
This morning I had 3 portions of...
All brand.
Oh my god. That should be an extra point because that one was so fucking ridiculous.
Correct.
Ooh. Jesus
Okay.
Christ.
Is this number 4?
Else.
I think this is number 4.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
America is the land of the free. I was once in a diner where I felt envy. I was eating the entrails of a cow or sheep. I looked up, and that's when I saw it, and I started to weep. This young boy was eating what looked like dessert. He was spilling maple syrup all down his shirt. I glanced down at my meal. I'm eating god-shitting awful.
Special
Nathan.
K, waffles.
And this boy named Chad was eating a motherfucking...
Waffle.
Correct. Acknowledge. Right, I don't know how well this one's going to go down. Just sort of bear with
they've
it.
all been just stellar so far.
Well, I'll be honest, this one is a little bit controversial. If you could save your gasps and shock for the end, so as not to ruin the story, that I'd appreciate. Number 5. There's a period... What? What?
You said save the gas to the end.
Right. So, right, that's ruined.
Wishful thinking.
Number 5. It's a bit more of a somber one.
Somber.
There's a period in my past that I just don't talk about. It's pretty damn shameful, and I'm embarrassed to spout. I was in the KKK when I was in school. You could only eat white things. It was one of the rules. One day when we were fighting a rival group, we paused to have some breakfast. My weird friend, he had soup, but they were eating Pop-Tarts. I was jealous of this black cult. Because I was forced to drink this product they called...
Special K, Yakult.
Yakult. Ah.
I think that was sort of both at the same time, so I'll let you both have that.
Kelly said a name. I didn't say my name.
No, fair. Stickler for the rules. Right, and the last one, guys, number 6. You may be pleased to.
So it's currently 2-2-1, isn't it?
It's 1.5, 1-3.
It's
So actually,
3, 1.5.
actually, someone has one. Yeah. Does that mean we get to skip it?
No, we do it.
No, let's do it anyway.
Okay, joking. This is a good one. They're all good, but this is a good one. Number 6, guys. Okay.
Yeah.
The Teletubbies.
Porridge.
The Teletubbies are a funny bunch. I was speaking to their doctor. I met her for lunch. She told me that Tinky Winky gets muscle spasms in his abs. And that Dipsy and Lala, well, they've got fucking crabs. But what she told me about the red one is worse than the other lot.
The communist.
When she starts successively eating porridge, she gets covered in spots. It's such a severe case that the doctor named it bloat po pimple.
Nathan.
It was first observed when the Teletubbies ate.
Oh, so simple.
Correct. So well done, Kelly. 3 points. Nate in second with 2, and Stuart had 1.
Stop dabbing.
I can't floss sitting down.
Oh, here he goes. Face. There's the face thing again.
That's it, guys. That's my lot.
Blank.
Mate, that was good, mate.
How long did it take you to write those?
I wasn't really in the KKK. It took me about 10 minutes or so.
Oh, but you did meet the Teletubbies doctors for lunch.
Bloat po pimple.
I knew I So Simple was the number one I wanted to get in there. So just to recap the puns there: Sell Pogs Porn Fakes, which is a bit convoluted. Lita Flicks, Hull Pan. Offal was easy. That was easy. Black Cult, particularly keen on that. Yakult, obviously. And I think our favourite bloat po pimple.
Well done, mate.
Thank you. Expect more in a future episode of MJ's Blankety game.
I'll make sure to be out that night.
Breakfasty Blank. I mean, well, thank you, MJ. I mean, Breakfasty Blank is tremendous. Although I suspect if we play it in a different game, we'll have to rename it because it'd be weird to be calling it Breakfasty Blank if we're talking about coffee.
Yeah, breakfasty coffee, breakfasty pizza. Oh, you changed it.
I would have changed the first one, but no, it's your game. I don't want to mess around with your game.
In jokes are out jokes to outsiders.
Absolutely. Right, as we're winding down the show, just want to obviously give a shout out to our Patreon subscribers. If you are yet to help us out, then please head over to patreon.com// all the slashes Food Review UK and give what you can afford. But this week I'd like to thank a guy who is personally responsible for me trying 2 of the worst products I've tried on this channel, Mr. Vanden Bowen.
Vandy B,
friend of MJ, who's responsible for me trying Chinese Red Bull and chicken feet, not at the same time though. Thank you very much, Vanden Bowen.
Absolutely legendary, man. Thank you.
Absolutely, and also thanks to the other guy who doesn't get a second shout out because he signed up for a second time. But you're not going to get name dropped. But thank you anyway.
Aaron.
Mate, don't need to. He thinks he gets 2 now, doesn't he? He's just going to keep cancelling it and then just Anyway, so that's...
I don't know. Who is it? I don't know who it is.
Aaron NUFC, Aaron McIntyre.
How's he doing in the Fantasy Football League?
He's not first, so I don't really care. So I am first, though, so probably going to see the end of that soon. And that's our show. Thank you, Kelly, for coming back.
Thank you for having me.
No, you're welcome. We will definitely have you on again if you can stand listening to more of MJ's prattling after tonight's beautiful singing.
I'm sure I can handle it.
I don't think any of us were prepared for what happened in the last 10 minutes. But no, thank you. Good luck with the channel, obviously.
Thank you.
I'm sure you'll be our listeners will be seeing some more of your stuff being shared on our page, and obviously good luck with the book. And as I say, we'll be sharing the shit out of that when that drops.
Thank you. Share the shit out of it, please.
Oh, I will share the shit out of it all over the Twitters.
Should probably mention actually, we have done a collab since the last time Kelly was on. We did the Smarties.
Science.
Yeah, we scienced it.
Are you going to say what it is, or are you just going to tease like the minorest details of it?
We tried the Smarties to see if the shells had different flavours, and I think it was actually very fascinating. Well, majority weren't, but the pink one, that was fascinating.
Pink one and the brown one.
Yeah, correct.
And obviously the orange one, but it's too obvious.
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, they don't need to watch the video now because you've sort of just given away some of the results.
We haven't said what we haven't said what happened with the pink one.
Okay, fair enough.
Or the brown one.
MJ, Stuart, it's been a pleasure as always. I wouldn't kick either of you out of bed for spilling toast crumbs.
Thank you, mate.
Oh, that was
Thank you.
that was very bassy.
Sorry.
Well on there.
I was resting my nose on the microphone. I'm doing it now.
I know it's late, so you probably want to get some dinner. So I would imagine you're eating the microphone.
You're listening to the sultry tones of Jack Blackburn.
Have you guys ever done an ASMR video?
No, but I was thinking that I might do one because I think I'm the only FRUK person that actively watches and experiences ASMR like full on. I get tingles and stuff.
You should do it. They're great.
Claire does.
I was thinking I might.
Claire
does she?
Claire's into it, yeah.
Ah.
I do ASMR, but the wife won't let me film it.
That's an interesting one, actually. BDSM ASMR. I don't know. That's all BDSMR is. Applause. Light applause.
A slow clap. Surely a clap isn't something you want during sex.
Oh.
Hey.
Yeah.
Oh.
Michael Jameson joke. Well done.
Hanging around in too much. And to the listeners, thank you very much for listening. Hope it was as fun for you as it was for us. If you want to throw us any feedback, then obviously please email us at frukcast@gmail.com, or obviously hit us up on all the various social medias. We're pretty much on everything. Otherwise, we'll be back in 2 weeks when we'll have not one, but two guests on the show, which I think is a first.
Woo!
Yeah, correct.
And with that, I bid you adieu. Cheerios.
Cinnabizzle.
Goodbye for watching.
Goodbye for watching.
Yeah. Thank you for next time.
Yeah, that's it.
We never really nailed the sign off.
It's always a whimper rather than a bang.
I always admire anyone who can do it like on video either. I never have any fucking clue what to say.
Just say fuck off. Just
oh
god.
Oh, he's drawn a penis.
What the hell happened to those balls? First and foremost,
they are.
I
think they were bloke po pimple.
Turgid.
I don't actually know. I've seen it recently. Where if I knew where my little black book was, I would go and grab it. But I don't remember where I saw it, and I can't be bothered to look for it. I'll just draw a better one.
Well, I mean, this is again podcast gold. worst ending ever.
We're not finished,
Michael.
I thought we'd probably be finished.
While we sit and watch Michael draw a penis. Pardon me.
Stuart, just a little note. Can we have this edited as a post-credits... it's not a scene, is it? Yeah.
Post-credit scene. This is This is like when Nick Fury turns up. Speaking of which, when are they going to bring Nick Fury back into the MCU and ting?
Well,
like, he's not like...
Dead, mate.
Have you seen Avengers?
He's not... I haven't seen Infinity.
Oh, well, you want to see Infinity before you ask?
Have you just...
I'm just...